I'm looking forward to what you guys have set in that kitchen. But it's great to have you this morning. Good morning. We're taking a look at the headlines of the dailies, and we have the law in the house. Why did they call? When I hear the law, you just know, the law.
Of course.
It's great to have you.
Yeah, it's my pleasure to also join you.
All right, the law justice. Geno, a social and legal analyst in the house. Yeah. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get straight into it. And majority of the papers, it's all about the inauguration, the handover, and of course the concert just held yesterday night. Let's kick off with the Punch. And May 29, Tinubu gets transition report, vows to tackle insecurity and power crisis. For me, I think that those are, you see, in the scale of preference, maybe number 1 and 2. I feel for me, it's insecurity and power. You know, and for him, for the president-elect to have identified these two key, you know, points, or these two key sectors and all of that, what does that portend? What do you think of him going into his administration?
Okay, for me, I think that first, he's a person that is prepared for the role. It's not just, it's not by accident. He has been doing everything he could, and he has shown capacity for good governance, especially with respect to the things he had done in Lagos. And of course, post-2007, the leadership role he has been able to provide for politicians across, but not just in Nigeria, but in Africa and in the world. So I think that he knows the magnitude of the challenges that are facing this country, and he knows that these are two things that he must give priority to, because once he can tackle insecurity, people will be able to go back to the farms. And the farms or the agricultural industry will give us the GDP that we so earnestly and in a dire form really require in order to be able to take care of our general populace. Jobs will be automatically provided on a massive scale. It won't just be maybe one industry or Dangote just is trying to create 100,000 jobs or something. Yeah. Agriculture will take care of millions. People will be able to go back to their farms. Electricity too. Nigerians are geniuses individually. That is really shown when we leave the shores of this country. And we are given a half an inch. We take a mile usually. So if you give us the enabling environment, provide security for us, provide the power for us, we'll do a lot with the economy ourselves. We'll create a lot of with respect to the economic matters ourselves. So I'm happy that he has taken those two as priority. It should take more. And as much as possible, we should always support
At this point, he's the president.
Yes.
I think it was Wike, the governor of Rivers State, who said it, that look, we're done with politics, we're done with elections, now it's time for governance.
Exactly.
And when it's governance, everybody's involved. You're not going to be the governor or the president of APC. At all. Or the governor of or president of PDP. At all. Or governor, president of Labour Party. At all. You are the governor.
And we need to quickly and fully and wholesomely have a regard for that. It is no longer about political divide. It's no longer about, okay, who did you vote for? Because the president is not gonna be the president for who voted for him. So we must recognize that and just sheath our swords and put our differences aside and support the government of the day, because it is whatever prosperity the government of the day can provide that will go round. And it won't just hit only the goods, it will also hit the gander. So we must ensure that we rally behind him, we support him, so that it will be the good of all of us.
Okay, let's move on to the Daily Trust. And this is the outgoing president who says, I have run a good race. I have finished my course. Now, that is a statement that not many people might agree with. A number of us, or a number of people would have reservations as to his performance on different sectors when it comes to the economy. I mean, how much was the dollar to the naira when the outgoing administration came in? How much is it now? Insecurity, what was the level of insecurity when this administration was coming in? How is it now? Look at the inflation rate. Look at the cost of it. All of those indices, they are quite easy to
just
look
knock
at,
off.
Yeah, the parameters are there. So I think it's quite easy to know exactly how well this administration performed.
True.
But with this, you have run a good race, finished my course. Yes, he has finished his course.
Yeah.
That is uncontestable. We cannot contest that. But has he run a good race?
For me, I'm even shocked. I don't know whether he actually said those words or is it paper that used it. But those are the words of Apostle Paul in the Bible. I've run a good race, I've finished my course. Comparatively, Apostle Paul actually ran a good race. But like I've always said, politicians, they are stuck in trade is hyperbole.
Okay.
They are experts at exaggerating whatever it is that they could achieve. If even they can't even achieve anything.
But there's something he said here. The first rider underneath that headline goes on to say, my administration best in road infrastructure. And let's give it to this administration when it comes to roads. In some ways.
I'm also going to give it to them for real.
For real,
yes.
Exactly. You know, what's the Asaba, the bridge?
Yes.
Yeah, the second Niger bridge.
Delta
Asaba to this state. And then, of course, the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway,
yes.
which is undergoing a lot.
Yes,
Of course, the Minister
and
of
the
Works.
third mainland bridge.
And the Minister of Works has said that it will get up until June because of some areas and all that. So maybe and maybe that's why that is highlighted.
Okay.
When it comes to maybe transport infrastructure and all of that.
Yes.
We can score this administration.
I think so too. But of those two, I don't really see much. And again, we shouldn't keep scoring governments as good based on their road infrastructural contributions or development. It's not enough. What is the contribution in education, which is the pillar and life support of any government that wants to do well? Because if you educate your people well, they will be able to bring money into the kitty that you'll be able to use to develop some of these things.
You know, talking about education, the outgoing Minister of Education, Adamu said
he didn't
know anything about it. Incidentally,
came in.
Which is not really a problem. But you see, how do we look at the education? Now, when you look at the migration of people of Nigerians to other countries to study, you know, you look at the educational sector, we know the crisis that has rocked WAEC and JAMB at different points in our life. That sector really does need some work, especially from incoming administration.
The UK, for example, one of their major indicators or contributors to their GDP is educational investment from Nigerians.
From Nigeria, that's major.
We are living in droves in order to be able to go and take advantage. You go to an average UK class, it is almost like an extension of a Nigerian class because there are more Nigerians there than most of the countries of the world put together in a UK class. Okay. So these are because of the failure of not just basic education or secondary education, but tertiary education. And this country, we really need to do fantastically in this regard and bring those much needed dollars back into our coffers.
All right, wonderful. Let's just round up with one headline on this day, still about transition, but then there's something just beneath, beside the picture story there. Buhari says the National Assembly should be independent and decide its own leadership. Is that not the case? Who else will decide the leadership for the National Assembly?
Largely, I feel that when it comes to matters of leadership of the National Assembly, the party supremacy should actually carry the day. We have seen a lot of bickerings amongst them. This person says, okay, he is the rightful person. You can see, for example, the almost show of shame that happened about this week, where the deputy speaker was almost frontal.
Bajabiamila,
yeah, almost frontal with
of
the
House of Reps.
So that shouldn't be, and it's because
we saw that it didn't make for good.
Yes, it didn't make for good TV or cameras or message of what is happening in our legislature, and that's why I am very happy that the leadership of the party has said this is the way to go. This is the way we are going, because if we leave it to you, if we leave it to politicians, everybody's just going to pursue personal interest and tear everything into total tatters. So that's why there has to be guidance, there has to be leadership, there has to be direction in order to be able to get it right. Otherwise, it's just going to be, probably will go back to what we had in 2015.
The law. The law. It's always a pleasure having you on the show. Thank you so much for all of that. We'll see you next time.
Thank you so much.
All right, that's it on the review of some headlines in the papers this morning. We'll take a time out now. Stay with us. The show is just getting started.